going on?
It's not hard to fool me.
No.
'Cause I'm addicted to the good life.
Yes.
Yeah. Lead the
We're
way. I follow. No need to say
No.
where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
Gender.
So
Let's
tell
get
me
it.
good night.
Big Shirley.
'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah.
1, 2.
Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell me good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem.
No.
'Cause I know what I'm getting into.
Yes.
Yeah. And nothing can stop me.
No.
'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Yeah.
Bobbity bobbity bop. We are back. We are back. We are back. Shout out to the CIA, the competent, intelligent, and assertive men out there. Welcome to Miami. Miami, Miami, Miami. What a city. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, everybody. Happy Saturday night. Broadcasting high atop the penthouse here in Miami, the studio where we do what we do. And how is everybody doing tonight? Apologize last night, didn't have a show. Filming ran a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure we got out to it. So, let's see. I like the big screens right here so I can see the chat room. So I can see what's going on in the chat room when it's on TV right here. That's a good thing. Oh, we comfortable today. Yeah. Shout out to Jared. How are you? Damn, the room that jumped from 100 to 1,000 in 2 seconds. Here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to say, welcome back and the house is packed. That's what we're doing. Camera 1. Camera 3. Camera 2. Camera 3. Move up a little bit. Camera 3. Can you guys hear me? Good. There we go. All right. So, welcome back, everybody. Tonight's going to likely be one of the, well, I'm leaving on Monday, unless things change. I got one more day of filming. So I may leave on Monday and be back in Atlanta on Tuesday, but we shall see. Looking forward to this one tonight. Moderators, lead attorney, what's going on? Lead attorney, hope you guys are doing well. So, let's get it. Look, guys, you know what's funny? The harder I work, the luckier I tend to get. The harder I work, the luckier I tend to get. And when we announce lucky, I want to announce this. First off, before we do that, keep the engagement up over 50%. Guys, that's what we're doing. I'm going to check something in my email real quick because I asked several of my patrons in the Miami area to hit me up. Hit me up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, guys, understand something. Understand something. If you see in the comment section anything about WhatsApp or YouTube or cryptocurrency, that's not me. YouTube is littered for every content creator with spam bots. With spam bots, always trying to impersonate a content creator to try to catch an unsuspecting person in the chat room slipping. There is absolutely nothing I can do about it. All you can do is report them as spam, and YouTube will try to kill them one roach at a time. But I'm not going to advertise anything to you in the comment section in a reply. That's what you need to know. So I need you guys to know that everywhere. The fireworks going on. Y'all hear the fireworks? Crazy. Anyway, well, let's see what's going on. Fireworks happening over there. Welcome to Miami. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish, so I'm making my own words. Well, if it starts back up, we'll go back over there. But until then, let's get into it. Okay. Is that camera off? I messed that whole damn angle up trying to mess with that damn firework. Oh my gosh. You build it while you fly, baby. You build it while you fly. There we go. That's it. So, hope everybody's having a good Saturday night. I know I am. I've had a good week in Miami, and it's going to be even better as we make some announcements. Shout out to all my patrons and the friends and the family. And I'm going to make an announcement right now. I'm in Miami, and this week I was testing. I was doing several things. I'm going to make announcements as we progress. I'm not going to tip my hand too much, but you're going to see things as they roll out, as they do what they do. So, but one thing I did ask for is I reached out onto my Patreon and I asked for all my patrons who were in the Miami area, single men under 35, single men under 35 to respond. And I had several. I also asked for single women under 30 to respond. And I had several of those too. But what I'm going to announce is anytime I go to a city, when I go to a city, I'm going to see there's a lot being made about high value men, high value this, high value that. And you know, a lot of people can talk about the idea or the concept, and that's fine. The idea doesn't belong to me. It belongs to us all. But for me, I started this thing trying to help men become the best version of themselves inside and out. And to that, and also try to help women become the best version of themselves as well. But to that end, when I land in the city and I'm doing something, I'm going to pick one person at random, and I'm going to show you guys the transformation on screen. So, the first person I'm going to announce, let's see. I hope he's in this. I hope he's in today, because he was the first person to respond. Here we go. Brian Montgomery. You actually win a day. You win a day with me. And what's that going to entail? I'm going to take you out to the field. We're going to get you looking good. We're going to get you smelling good. And then we're going to actually go out into the field where the work is real. And we're going to step out on the town and we're going to go talk to people. That's right. So I want you to imagine you come in dressed however you dress, and I'm going to take you and we're going to get you. Bottom line, you're going to get suited and booted for sure. So, you may get a casual outfit, but you're going to damn sure get one of these. We're going to make sure you're smelling like $1 million, looking like $1 million. Got to get your, all this going on. And then we go out there and we're going to talk. You're going to be my wingman until you're ready to fly on your own. That's right. So your godfather is going to take you out onto the busiest part of the city that night, whether it's in Buckhead, Atlanta, Manhattan, Beverly Hills, Dallas, Houston. And we're going to get out there looking good, smelling good, Las Vegas. And we're going to look good and we're going to walk the park. And it's all going to be recorded. It's all going to be recorded. How are you going to be recorded? I'll have a videographer with me, but I'll also have my mobile device and I myself mic'd up. See, it's one thing to talk about a high value this and to look the part, but it's another thing to actually see how people respond to you in real time. To see a man's confidence go from here to there. So you guys can recognize the difference between any of us is a choice. None of us are born alpha male gods, high value men. We decide. So yeah, get you looking good, smelling good, walk out and do such and so forth. Go have dinner, lunch or dinner. We're going to share some sort of meal and get out there and see if we can't mingle. That's right. Every city I go to, when I'm there for a week, that's going to happen. Here's the criteria. You must be a patron of mine. You must be a patron. You must be a patron in good standing, and you must have been a patron for over 90 days. Because what I'm not going to have people do is people just rush in and say, oh, well, I'm going to put in $5 and hope to win the lottery. Hope to win the lottery and go get a $500, $600, $700 suit and some shoes and all this other kind of stuff. Because we're not going crazy. We're not buying Tom Ford suits, but you're going to look good. We're going to at least be in suit supply. So you're talking about anywhere from $400 to $800. That's just one suit, shirt, tie, shoes. Maybe get a casual outfit depending on how I rock roll. If you've ever seen me style somebody up, I'm going to look at you and put you together. And when I understand your style personality to be, I'm not going to try to make somebody a copy of me. I'm going to style them, make them the best version of themselves. So you're going to see different style personalities pop up. Rugged, refined, rakish. And then one of the 9 subcategories. That's right. Why is this important? Because if the work has to go on. You got to keep pushing the envelope. You got to continue. And to that regard, yeah, you guys see the regular call-in show. That's going to continue. But I'm going to be traveling around the country, hopefully around the world doing this. To get out in the field where the work is real, to get out amongst the people. Because it's one thing to take phone calls. It's another thing to have people come in studio. But it's another thing to get out there and actually do the work. See, there's no script. Out here, there's no script. Out here, there's no safety net. Out here, either you can fucking cut it or you can't. And a little boy from Oklahoma, born in a single parent household who grew up in a project, has learned how to do this, and so can you. It doesn't require you being Superman special, have mutant DNA. It just has you to have to decide to get up and do the fucking work. Decide to show up, take a risk. That's the only thing that's required. The harder you work, the luckier you get. So when you support the platform, yes, I appreciate the super chats, appreciate the love, but you will actually start to see the things you do benefit men today. And I want to do it in particular for young men. That's why I said men under 35. Men under 35, and I prefer the guys to be under 30. Because the quicker I can get to you, the better. But you still need to be within an age range to where you're going to make this improvement. Because hey, I know the importance of having somebody look at you and say you have potential. Somebody breathed life into me. Somebody gave me a shot. Somebody believed in me too. So it's not going to just be, and yes, as we go, that's why I said men and women. If the city is big enough and if there are women in the town, if women are available, I will do it for women under 30 as well. But the difference is the woman has to be single and you must be childless. That's my requirement because it's my money. I can do what I want, single and childless. And I want the guys to be single and childless too. Because guess what? Imagine if I did that in Miami. Got one person here, one person there. Go out on the road with the guy, and he's your Maverick and Goose. We're doing Top Gun. Hey, that may be what we're gonna do with the guys. Call it Top Gun. And over here, well, young lady, you're gonna go out and you're gonna actually understand what it means to go out with a man. How to actually have a proper date, as it were. We're not going to McDonald's. So, yeah, yeah. And this idea is only going to get bigger. And if these two people happen to meet, they meet. If they don't, they don't. I think it would be kind of cool if I have two people in one city, one man, one woman. I go out one day with him, one day with them, and go out with both of them. At the end of the day, who knows? We build it as we fly it. Continue to push the envelope, people. Continue to push the envelope forward. All right, it's a little dark in here. Oh. Little dark. So, Brian, you're the first winner. What do you guys think about the idea? What do you guys think about that idea? Let's see. Brian M., you win. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the chat room as well. All right. And yeah, like I said, it's also going to be open to the ladies as well. You know, Miami, you got to continue to try different things. I love the content creator Gary Vee. He tries multiple ideas. Some work, some don't. But you must continue to try. But the most important thing about all of this is it's about getting out there and getting the work done. To that end, we're also going to be launching. I'm not going to say it just yet. I'm not going to say it. You'll see it. 2022 going to be incredible. Self-awareness is sexy. All right, people, let's get into it. All right. Alexander Smith says, great idea. Brandon Carter says, it's awesome. Are you accepting applicants? Asking for a friend. I'm not accepting any applicants. Hermisha, you must be a patron for at least 90 days, and it's going to be picked at random based upon the city I'm in. So basically what I'm guarding against is people just deciding to think they'll put $10 in the Patreon and hitting the lottery. No, I want people who actually follow. People who actually are a part of the family, a part of the academy, and really doing this, not just trying to get a come up. So I'm not going to announce the cities I'm going to be going to 90 days in advance. So if you want to win, do it. But the thing is, I'm about to come. All right, cool. All right, so here's what's YouTube not receiving up. So here's the thing: Modern Women Meet Miami. That's the name of the stream. Modern Women Meet Miami. Why did I name the stream that? Well, let me tell you guys something. Uh, it's real in the field, and I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I wish I learned, I wish I knew how to do is speak another language. That's on the docket for 2022. That's on the docket for 2022. Personally, I would love to speak Mandarin. I'm not going to become literate in it. I'm damn sure not going to learn how to write it. But as I've been down here in Miami this week, I realized a brother needs to know Spanish or Portuguese, something. Can there be a way of followers donating newly pre dry clean suits, business casual for young brothers? Appreciate it. What you can do if you want to donate, you can just join Patreon and support Patreon, or if you want to contribute by becoming a patron or becoming a member of the channel, or you can just donate via super chat or cash app. The reason being, I got plenty of suits myself, okay, but I don't want pre-worn clothes. I'm gonna take a man into the store, just like I did with C Boogie a couple of years ago. Take him into the store, and I'm going to let him understand what it means to sit with a professional image consultant and style you from the ground up. There's going to be a casual look and there's going to be a business look. It's coming out of my budget, so I appreciate it. If you want to help, you can help that way. But yeah. One thing, Kevin, that wasn't a prerequisite for college in OKC. I don't understand the question. Yeah, second language. I need to learn Spanish. Why is that important? Because here in Miami, I'm going to be spending more time in Miami. If you guys have noticed, over the last year, I spent most of my time in New York City. God damn it. Murphy's Law, baby. Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will. That's why we build it while you fly it. Because at the end of 2020, I seriously thought about relocating back to New York City. I was torn, and then I also spent a significant amount of time in Los Angeles. I thought about moving there. I've said it before. I really wasn't that big of a fan of LA. I like Beverly Hills, but I wasn't that big of a fan of LA. But Miami has changed a lot in the last 20 years. And the funny thing with Miami is where Beverly Hills was probably about 10 or 15 years. You got the best parts of New York and Beverly Hills and Las Vegas all converging on Miami. It's just a different world down here, obviously. So I decided to come here had some work to do here this week, had to do some filming here. And I want to tell modern women something. Modern women meet Miami because Miami is a problem. Miami is a problem for you, Shirley.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
People saying the audio is strange. Okay, hold on just a second. We just had a little power surge happen here. We build it while we fly, baby. We build it while we fly it. Okay, sorry. I'm not in my home studio. And when you come on the road to do what you have to do, you got to be accustomed to all kind of things going awry. This is why being good at what you do is a must, because you have to be able to do 10 things at one time and not lose your cool. So what I was saying is I've traveled a lot to New York in 2021. If you haven't noticed, I travel a lot to New York, to Beverly Hills. I like New York City. I like Beverly Hills. I love New York City. Miami is the best of all those worlds. You have a lot of New York, LA, Houston, Dallas, even Atlanta comes here. But what I was saying is modern women, Miami is a problem. And let me tell you why Miami is a problem. Because Miami is a world where things like Miami used to only exist in Las Vegas. Beautiful women around an economy driven by excess, sex, and money. Las Vegas was the place in this country that was the combination of power, money, and sex. Miami has supplanted that. 15, 20 years ago, Miami was completely different. This place is dripping with Russian oligarchs. I mean, it's just insane. And why is this important? Because modern women are getting a really good example of what it's going to be like to compete on a global scale. Keisha, Kelly, Becky, come down here and you're gonna run into Maria, Irena. What did my guy tell me? One of the most popular Eastern European. I said it the other day. Who's taking all the high value men? And I've said it, and I've seen it in person for a full week. Ladies, hear me and hear me well. Miami has always been a place to where if you think you're the shit, come down here and you'll get a reality check. Back even when I was in my early 20s, when I was, in the gym 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, 8% body fat, I thought I was something till I went out on Miami Beach. And then the guys who were bus boys had better physiques than me. I was telling you about the lady that was on frickin' macaroons the other day. Frickin' macaroons. The macaroon girl was banging. The macaroon girl was banging. So why is that important? Because there's one thing that's not going to change. As we are in this, if you haven't noticed, check out what's going on the health front with the variant. What's going on the inflation front. I took French because everyone was speaking Spanish. And then what's going on with the inflation front? What it basically means is, like it or not, ladies, winter is coming. Winter is coming, and it is a good time to be Mr. High Value Man.
Winter is coming.
What's that?
Winter is coming.
Can y'all hear that? Hold on, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything.
Get to the chopper!
Can y'all hear that? Man, what is going on here? Get to the chopper! Hold on. No, I don't want to do it without it. Well, y'all can hear it? Cool. As long as y'all can hear it, that's all that matters. As long as y'all can hear it, that's all that matters. I can't hear it. All right. So what I was ultimately saying is down here, it gets real. It is very real down here. And Shirley, you're gonna have a problem if you're gonna have a real problem with Miami. Because down here, none of that I'm big boned it. None of that shit works down here. The girl on macaroons is banging. None of that shit works down here. You're going to have your stuff together in order for life to work in Miami. So I think we had a little power glitch over here. I don't know what's going on. Something's going on the screen too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up because I didn't get a chance to do the show last night. And what I really wanted to do tonight was talk about the reality of what it's like to be around a lot of disposable income and around a bunch of money. I know what it's like, but if you don't really, a lot of people don't seem to think this fat meat is greasy. A lot of people seem to think it's a joke when we talk about men having money and what they like. And I will tell you one thing for sure.
Danger zone!
The more money the man, the smaller the woman. The smaller the man, the larger the woman. Big Shirley gonna be mad. Is she? Oh my gosh. Guys, there's something going on with the sound over here. So, Miami. I hate that. Da 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 da. Apps maybe. Okay. Testing. There we go. There's the sound. So, I don't know.
Kevin, goddammit.
There it is.
Danger zone!
All right, I apologize, guys. Thank you guys for hanging in there with the technical difficulties. So, here's the thing. Shirley, and also I need to talk to my Thundercats, my young Thundercats, my hit squad guys. Guys, understand Miami, New York. What did I give you guys? 10 places. What I would do if I was your age? I would get a roommate and I would move to a big city and I would get my hustle and grind on. You need to be in the middle of something like this. You need to be in the middle of something like this because you can come down here and understand that all the stuff you hear in men's spaces are real. The RP knowledge you get, the understanding of the BP and all these different things that people don't like, that you understand that this shit is real. I am not big on conspicuous consumption. I don't really talk a lot about brands and flash wealth, but understand something and understand it clearly. He who has the gold rules. You want to see some of the most beautiful women with the most unlikely guys, here is the place. In the building I'm in, the maintenance women are gorgeous. In any given day on an elevator, there's some tall Eastern European knockout. You just come down here and you just watch them left, right. Why is this a problem? Because a lot of women, black women need to understand something, that your biggest enemy is not a white woman. Your biggest problem is not, N-O-T, not a white woman. Your biggest enemy is Marisol. Your biggest enemy is the Hispanic woman. She understands how to season food. She understands sensuality, femininity, and she was raised in a patriarchal environment. The difference between femininity and fake femininity is amazing. Now, Miami is bizarro land. Make no mistake. You can't come down to Miami and try to talk about finding no true love, man. You better have your head screwed on tight, because I can see a lot of guys getting played down here because Miami's big money. Big money. Big money. But why do you need to be in that kind of environment? So you can understand what it means. When I went to New York, when I moved to New York was the first time I had cracked six figures. The first time I moved to New York was the first time I cracked six figures. The first time I had ever seen my paycheck in FICA went from being a substantial part of my check to zero. I was like, what's that happen? Oh, after you paid into your allotment. They stopped taking it after a certain amount. Did not know. But here's the thing. When I was in New York City, I met people who were not just making a lot of money. I met people who were generationally rich. We're talking about when I went to the Hamptons, we're talking about people who were 3 and 4 generations. People who were so rich they owned the color blue. I got stories of flying out to the Hamptons in a helicopter and and staying at a summer home and having a staff waiting for you and having your choice between luxury cars to drive for the time you're there. Why is that important? Because it actually helps you to level set you real quick. A lot of people get upset when I talk about this whole concept of high value man, but I want you guys to understand this very well. $10,000 a month. There are men who wear $100,000 watches on their hand. Why is this important? Because the women don't dispute the term high value men. Every time I sit down and talk to women, women are crystal clear on what it is they want from men. Women want men who can pay the cost to be the boss, irrespective of whether they deserve it or not. And you can't worry about that. As a man today, it would be your best interest to make yourself as high a value as possible to where you have options. It is good for you to understand that. But ladies, it's also good for you to bring your big ass down here. You need to bring your big ass down here with your girlfriends to recognize.
Not the baby.
Yeah, you need to come down here. I ain't seen one bonnet. Haven't seen one bonnet the entire week I've been here. I've seen collarbones. I've seen waist. Look here, you need to come. Because in New York City, in Manhattan, you will see it. In Beverly Hills, you will see it. But in Miami, you just see a lot of it. Why is it? You need a reality check. Miami, if nothing else, is a reality check. It may be alternate reality to live here, but it is a good reality check. And places like this are great for sociological experiments because you want to see what it's like when beautiful women are around powerful men. Powerful men draw beautiful women. Modern women meet Miami. What's the issues with meeting Miami? Ladies, you need to understand something. The Latina problem. Black women, you have a problem. Her name is Maria. Marisol. Brothers. Love some brothers. And if you notice, they are the old, go to the old black side of town and you will see Hispanics. And the difference used to be that Hispanic men and the men of each group used to kind of keep each other out of the way. Now, interracial dating, intercultural dating, whatever, is not as taboo as it used to be. And when you're talking about what you bring to the table, these women are bringing tables. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. A lot of women get upset when you ask, what do you bring to the table? And these women are bringing tables. Adios mio, papi. How are you? Yeah, your lead speak that shit. Yeah, they bringing tables. I don't like hot food, but trust me, I will get over it. I'm going to learn how to eat. I'm going to start. You hear me playing bossa nova music? I already do salsa and the tango and the merengue and the samba. I'm fuck around starting. You know what, man? Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Yeah, man. I'm gonna. Hey, look. Y'all get mad when brothers date out. Hey, well, split the difference. Get Maria. Get Maria. It's not really like dating out. It's not really like dating out if it's Maria, is it? It's not dating out if it's Maria, it's not dating out. Is it? Is it really dating out? And guys, you don't really have to argue a lot about some of this stuff. With Irena, or I forgot Clayton. I forgot her name. And then Mei Ling. We're gonna just keep using Mei Ling. Hold on.
Morena, tan rico que se ve. Morena, mira cómo mueve. Así mi morena, mira cómo goza. Afina mi morena, mira cómo toma. Toma mi morena, tan rico que se ve. Morena, mira cómo mueve. Así mi morena, mira cómo goza. Afina mi morena, mira cómo toma. Tómalo. Esperando pa' tu tiempo, mi amor para ti no es un ejemplo. Y ahora tú me digas que tú sabes que yo soy para ti como la clave permanente. Esto es pa' tu mente, quiero ser tuyo por siempre. Y yo quiero que te sientas como yo me siento. Mira por ejemplo.
No te voy a quitar, nunca.
Siempre voy a estar aquí a tu lado. Nunca me voy a cansar. Solamente yo te quiero enseñar qué tan caro es. Mírate qué tan caro es. Yo quiero mi morena.
Yeah, they got some Latina chicks in Cosmo.
Morena,
Mira cómo mueve. Así. Mira cómo goza. Goza. Mira cómo toma. Toma mi morena. Tan rico que se ve.
morena,
Mira cómo mueve. Así.
morena.
You're gonna see. Don't let these suits fool you. You're gonna see when we get out in the field, all the bullshit's gonna be over. See, when we get out in the field and it's being recorded, all games are over. We're gonna see who has interpersonal skills. We're gonna see who actually has the ability to talk to people, to get what it is they want. You'll see how a guy can go from being shy, introverted, not willing to express himself, strategic, very logical. You guys hear me. I like Marvel. I like anime. I like all the same shit but you can still choose to become a person about people. So, like I said, I'm excited about getting mic'd up and get out in the real world. Because that's where you're going to separate the men from the boys. That's where you're going to show. It's not just about saying what a high value man is. It is about proving a man who has means, who other men view as a peer or a potential peer, a man who is on a consistent path for a period of time, a man who has a network. And if you want to build a network, you're going to have some sort of game. And there's a difference between game and interpersonal communications. I've heard this being bantered, that sales is game. It's not. Sales is not game. Interpersonal communications is not game. Game is different. Millions of dollars of sales training in me. It's not the same. But anyway, network, visibility, and being useful to other people and the group. See, when you go out in the world, it's game time. And gentlemen, if you want to be able to interact and have the most options you have, you got to look the part, sure, but you also have to behave the part, be the part. If you want to, because a lot of times guys are complaining about the kind of caliber of women you're dating or dealing with, well, increase who you are out there. But back on task, the Latina problem. Hot sauce. She knows what Lowry's is. I mean, you've been to the bodega. Hell, I love Mexican Coca-Cola and churros. Hey man, brothers are learning how to eat Mexican food Peruvian, Brazilian. Look, sisters, I'm telling you, you better start listening to your Latina friends and start winning because, yeah, it's real in the field. All right, get these likes up, man. Get this super chat up too, because I'm gonna open it up. We're gonna just do some Q&A tonight. I didn't want to miss last night's broadcast, but we're not gonna, we got to get that over a certain dollar value though, because we got a few people in here who's like, "Hey, it's Saturday night. Come on now," because I got other stuff that we could be doing. All right, and we've had some technical difficulties, so let me get back on task. The Latina problem. Ladies, value and vice. Men of value are in demand. I said it before. You ladies think the pool is 100 feet long and 8 feet deep, and it's really 1 inch deep. When I'm out at Brickell, or I was out at Bell Harbor earlier today, and when you out there at Ball Harbor earlier today, yeah, I wish I could take my camera out there and film real time, but my security was not with me earlier today. So, yeah, and you got to be safe when you're out here doing stuff like this, and you also want to be respectful of these properties, and you don't want to just go and how do I say, you don't want to cause too much of a ruckus or a commotion. But you'll be amazed at what you start to see once you get out of your comfort zone. Ladies, many of you ladies expect men that you want to be convenient. And this is why you're losing. Because the women who want the kind of men you want understand they got to do the work, and then they got to get out there and be amongst them. How often do you hear women talking about, I don't know where the men are, or this or that, or you keep complaining about the same men? Well, you got to get out and be around the kind of men you want. But here's the problem. Modern women don't like rejection. Most women don't want to risk rejection. And the fact of the matter is, most of you know that the kind of men you want don't want you. That's the truth. A lot of women don't want to risk rejection, so instead they say the men aren't there. No, the men are there. The men are there. And the thing is, how are we going to show that the men are there? Well, 2022, we're going to start taking a lot of field trips. We're going to start taking a lot of... In 2022, we're going to start taking a lot of field trips. We'll start taking a whole hell of a lot of field trips. Yep. Field trips, ladies. So if I say, hey, Godfather, coming down to Houston, I'm down in Houston kicking it with, folks down there. What the excuse gonna be? Right. Men of value have options. Ladies, your biggest problem is your vice. Sign language, shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Not getting your therapy, when I sat here and talked to women this week, one of the biggest things I noticed is I had more women starting to understand that modern women have little to no empathy for men, and the level of contempt most of you walk around with for men today. I asked a question. I asked the question of women the other day. What's great about men? I asked a group of 4 women, what's great about men? What do men do that's great? And the answer was, these 4 women, one said, knowledge, and we're romantic. But then she had to retract that one. The other one said, religion, man-made religion, but she really had a problem with religion because it was control. And then after religion, she said atoms. Like, yeah, the atoms, you know, electron, proton, neutron, atoms. Yeah, atoms. What did this one say? I forgot what she said. Basically, and after I asked, I said, and basically the question was men knowledge, information. But what was a tricky part is modern women think of men in terms of them. That's why I was trying to kind of hammer it home. I'm like, y'all don't think men are human. You'll see it. And I said, the way in which you've described men, would you want your brothers to be described like this? Do you want your sons to be described like this? Dude, not plain stupid. It's the fact of the matter is, I don't want to tip too much of it. Ladies, it's not a problem with the lack of men. Modern women have become so entitled, so arrogant, so privileged that they honestly think that men should have to prove themselves to her. When ladies, you got to prove yourself to the kind of man you want, because the men are the value. We validate you. And why is this important? If you live in Oklahoma City, if you live in Idaho, if you live in the Midwest, that may not resonate as well until you go into Manhattan, until you go into Beverly Hills, until you go into Buckhead, until you go into Miami. Then you will quickly see the separation between people. There is, when you're seeing these suicide doors and Shirley ain't rolling out of these cars. Shirley ain't rolling out of these cars. Just not. But you know what? I'm going to open up the call line because I'm trying something new. Thank you guys for riding with me, even with the few issues we've had tonight. I'll be back doing this again, but I'm going to drop the StreamYard link. Because I want to hear what ladies have to say about the modern dating scene. That's really what I want to hear, what ladies have to say about what's going on. Because you will be surprised, guys, how different women really look at the dating scene. Women look at the dating scene and they see something completely different than we do. They see a world to where they are oppressed. They see a world to where men are the problem. I promise you they do. And I would tell you that the only way to get beyond all this is to start being able to have conversations with different kinds of women. Why is that important? Well, it's important because if you haven't developed the kind of skills necessary to actually interact with women in the real world, what are you going to do when we get out in the field where the work is real? I'm serious. I am serious about this field work. I am dead ass serious about it. See, I used to love going out to the club with my friends. Go watch the 5 Heartbeats. You know, when you go out with your buddy, somebody has to be the wingman. Godfather's going to be your wingman. I'm going to be your wingman. I'm going to get you styled and looking good, smelling good. And I'm going to be your wingman. I'll be in your city and I'm going to let you pick the women and I'm going to step to them and talk to them. You're going to see how it's done. Then you're going to go. We're going to get out and you're not going to use my name and my position to do anything. You're going to do it. And what we're going to do is we're going to have experiences and create memories, because something like this, when done right, can be life-changing for a young man or for a woman. A young lady, but see, when I go out with a woman, it's going to be different. You'll see what it's like to go out and experience something that you may have never experienced before. But going out in public, that'll be a little different. And I still got to understand how I'm going to do that. And there will be a chaperone too. I'm not going out with this one of y'all one-on-one. Nope. Mike Pence rule in effect. I am not going to get jacked up. You got to be on camera. You got to be on camera. I got to see you on camera. You must be on camera. Who is it? Who's trolling? So yeah, why so many fat chicks? Yeah, yeah. You would. Yeah. No. 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 Hold on. Wait a minute. Who got something to say? Hold on. Put the comment up there. I don't see this comment. Oh, well then why don't you go ahead and call it Woo Chili? Woo Chili, the most egotistical, arrogant brother around. Now, it's easy to say that. If you got something to say, bring it on. But see, guys, understand something. Women who come along and say things like that are adept at sign language, and they grew up and they lived in a world to where all they had to do was call names. All they had to do was call names. They can't prove anything. All they got to do is say, "I don't like what you have to say." Mm-hmm. Where's your husband at? I mean, you know she's not gonna call in. You know she's not gonna call in. And see, when a man has standards, it's called being egotistical and arrogant. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're not winning at life, but it's not my fault. You think about how many women are angry today just because men are asking for what? Think about what you're asking for, guys. And like I said, I talk to women. When men ask for something, it's misogynistic or egotistical. When women ask for it, they're being powerful and strong. You got to do better than that. But of course, she paid $9.99 to lob an insult, but that just shows you the value proposition. She knew that in order to get some, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Oh, go ahead and call in. Go ahead and call in. She won't do it. Because what's she gonna say? I just don't like the fact. What's the problem? Well, you just act like that. What? Act like what? Men have a standard. Gentlemen, have a standard. The best thing you can do is have a standard. And I'm gonna tell you, the best thing men of value do is to put barriers between them and women like her. That's the best thing you can do. There is a reason that private clubs exist, like up and down Miami Beach, up on these yachts and everything else. There is a reason that these kind of things exist, because a lot of men don't even want to be bothered by women like her. They just stand outside barking and mad. Why? Because they can't get what it is they want. And why can't you get it? Because you don't qualify. Women like her are angry at the fact that you or I have the nerve to tell her you ain't good enough. You're not good enough. Now, when the women would talk about they don't want no scrubs and this and that was no problem. It says women. Women call in. So if you're not a woman, if you're in the call line, if you're in the queue, go ahead and bounce back out. Because if I block you, you'll stay blocked. And if your photo's not up, please bounce. Uh-huh. See? Luke Casely, what's going on? Now, that's another thing. They get upset because the conversation has changed. See, there are people who cannot, there are people who just can't deal with the fact that the world, right, Chili's still damn near 60. See, ladies, I want you to also focus on something too. Women over 35 who are single tend to be where the issues happen. Why is that? Well, even at age 30, a lot of women seem to understand that, they still feel close enough. But over 35, yeah, they dislike me so bad, but why? Why do they dislike it? Why is it? It's because they can't do the shit that they used to do 2 years ago. It's been called out. People see it. Bria, you need to either turn your camera on or you got to bounce. Because if I ban you, you're gonna be bounced. Okay. I want you guys to understand this. For having standards, you get called arrogant. Think about it. But for having standards, they call themselves bosses. And this is a big problem in our community in particular. Why? Because 80% of us were raised by women. So in the black community, women feel like they own us because they're our mothers, our teachers, our nanas, or this or that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep calling out so young brothers don't get tricked. I'm not gonna just keep calling out. I'm gonna show it to them. I'm gonna take young men out to the field and show. I'm gonna take young men out to the field and show it to them so they can see it for themselves. I'm just like that. You know what inspired me to do something like this? One, because you got to continue to push the envelope. Number one. Number two, remember when I used to talk about that BuzzFeed article? And that young brother dressed up for a week and did the same things on week 8, on week 1 as he did on week 2. And he dressed one way and he dressed another way and he got treated 180 degrees different. But even though he got better treatment when he dressed more appropriately, he didn't feel right. And I want to show brothers how to actually dress to be the best version of yourselves. Number one, and then number two, how to feel right doing it. Look, a lot of brothers don't want to dress a certain way because they don't feel. You weren't made. I'm talking to the young men. You didn't get enough validation as a young black man. Your manhood wasn't validated. And one of the big problems with a lot of women today, and this is where Maria, Marisol, and Anastasia win, is they know how to validate men and feed their ego. Black men, men in general, black men in particular, your egos are starving. And our women do not know how to feed our egos. That's why you got this fool talking about somebody is arrogant. They don't want you to have shit. They don't want to give you compliments. They don't want to tell you something because you may get too full of yourself. Women like her feel like they always got to keep their foot on your neck to keep you in your place. When I sat here and talked to these women, that's what it came down to. We're the queen. We're the queen. The queen is the king's chick. And the contempt that so many women have for men today. Gentlemen, do not have these women in your area. Don't argue with them. Leave them alone. I'm going to use her to make content, but I want you to avoid women like her, period. I want them to be nowhere around you. I want you to live in a gated community with high walls and security. I want your life to be free of women like that. But the problem is, the more successful, the better you become, the more you're going to draw them to you. Understand something. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Hello. And now she popped herself. Now, why would you get? Now she popped in here. Why is that important? Because understand something. I want you to understand how far the line is between normal, healthy treatment in black men. I want you to think about this, young black men, young men in general, black men in particular. I want you to think about the last time you received an honest, genuine, heartfelt compliment from a black woman. Not a backhanded compliment. Oh, look at you. Where you going to church? You got a job? I mean, when's the last time you had a sister walk up to you and say, heartfelt, genuine, good faith compliment? Leo says this morning, see, I need you to understand, yeah, black women, in particular black women. Why is that important? Because black women, if you can't compliment a black man, remember why, that's why that whole show about smiling was so important. If you can't get a random black woman to smile at you, how the hell are you going to expect them to feed your ego? Now they'll all talk about how they'll be good for their men and what they'll do for their men, but just men in general who built this world, they got nothing for you. And I need you to understand, this is why they call you arrogant. This is why, and this is what I mean. The last time you got a compliment from a black woman, and I didn't put the caveat out there that wasn't related to you. Brian, I said to women only. That wasn't related to you. Why is this important? Because ladies, you want to bridge the gap between men and women, you must learn how to treat men. Men require the ego validation. Men require respect. But far too many women today, far too many black women today feel like doing anything for a man's ego is diminishing her as a woman. I ask questions all week of women. Why they look at everything they do for men as a loss. It's a zero-sum game. There is never, I'm going to just say, and I'm gonna tell you, the groups of women I talked to, after I talked to them, they were like, oh my God, I didn't realize I was one of those. Every last one of them. I did not realize, I didn't realize it was this bad. It's because the culture is to the point to where being a man is bad. To where guys are being, you're actually, a lot of black men, young black men, you've been walking around being gaslit your entire life. To where you honestly don't know how to respond to a compliment. You don't know how to respond when somebody says something that's a compliment to where it feels weird. It's like, okay, well, these people keep popping in here. I'm not gonna let them folks pop in there. If you have a question, ladies, pop in, because I'm gonna wrap this up in a few minutes because I got something. Yeah. Anyway, how do you reverse this, ladies? Because like it or not, these men are your husbands. These men are the men you got to pick from, and this is why young men don't want to get married. This is why young men don't want to get married. This is why young men are just in it for pump and dump and smash and dash and whatever. Because you will see that more often than not, the way women talk about men will make anybody want to leave. Oh, well, let me go ahead and help you out, dumbass. You paid money just to get blocked. Bye. Hey, Esquire Sports can okay, that's cool, but I get it. That's your lifestyle, your choice. But most people aren't that way. So yeah, I think it's funny. Uh Stay complimenting me. And see, here's the problem. I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons I personally think there's so much beef that goes on between black men. Because your masculinity, your ego has not been validated for so long to where you're all fighting for the little bit of attention that a lot of black men have sustained themselves with for the longest. There's not an abundance of milk. There's not an abundance of the fuel needed to grow men into manhood. So black men, we fight each other for over scraps instead of uh, instead of us recognizing that you didn't get enough from the women that you know, your mothers, your girlfriends, your wives, your sisters. I didn't get enough. You didn't get enough, and I don't have to fight you. I want you to think of this movie. What was the movie? What movie was that? Heath Ledger was in this movie. I think it was called Four Feathers. Where he was in the he was a British officer, and he went to prison. He went to jail in the Middle East or something, and he was from nobility. And what I remember in this scene is he had gone from being British nobility to starving to death, to where when his friends see him in prison, and his friend threw an orange to him, and the feral way in which he went out, the feral way in which that man went after that orange, because he hadn't eaten in so long. Heath Ledger, Four Feathers, The Four Feathers. Okay, there's a movie called The Four Feathers. It was set in 1875, follows a British officer who resigns his post after he learns of his regiment's plans to ship out to the Sudan for a conflict with Mahdi. His friends and fiancés send him 4 feathers, which symbolize cowardice. To redeem his honor, he disguised himself as an Arab and secretly saves lives of those who branded him a coward. Go watch that movie. But in that movie, there's a scene to where he's in prison, and the guy throws him an orange, and the dude hadn't eaten for so long, and he just jumped on it. But then all of a sudden, at a moment, he came to himself, and he was so ashamed at how far he had fallen, because he's like, this isn't me. This isn't who I am. He had become animalistic. And when I think of how a lot of times I see brothers beefing and fighting over nothing, I'm like, that's the food. That's what we have been reduced to. We don't get enough food. We don't get enough sustenance. We don't get enough validation. So you're going to have to start learning how to feed yourself, sustain yourself, and then this go to places and to people and people who feed that, who don't make you like, oh, you want compliments? Or are you trying to, what are you, a woman? Think you have black women who will tell you that because you want compliments, that you're a woman. I've learned to live without compliments. It is what it is. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. We are egotistical beings. Men have egos and require respect. And the fact that we learn to live without it doesn't make it healthy. So when you finally get right treatment from people, right treatment from women, it feels uncomfortable. It feels abnormal. Why is this important? Because, guys, one of the biggest impediments to becoming the best version of yourself is you. You actually telling yourself that you matter, that you deserve it, that you're worthwhile. That's why spaces like this are needed. So men can recognize their lives matter. They matter. And no matter how deep it is or how bad it is at this moment, there's always something that you can do better. Men thrive on praise. I want you to, if you have ever seen an older man give a thumbs up to a young man, especially if you're a mother and you've watched how your son, mothers will tell you, if they're honest, that there is something fathers and men can do and say to your boys that they as mothers can't reach. If you've been around a boy who was raised by his mother, if you've ever dated single mothers, you've been around boys and you just use that dad voice, they straighten up. Mothers often like, whoa, I've never seen that in him before. You've been starved of this, so have I. And this is the point. You deserve this. If you do the work to become the best version of yourself, you do not have to deserve substandard treatment, subhuman treatment. Somebody calling you arrogant just because you want to be treated like a human being. Just because you want to be treated. This is why there's a huge gap between that fool that came in here earlier and the way black men in general, black men in particular, feel. And they don't like this because now men are starting to stand up, starting to recognize their value, starting to recognize, hey, you put a banana in my tailpipe. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So let them say all the shit they want to. Hello? Unmute yourself.
Hi, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
Doing well.
What do you got for me?
I just wanted to ask how as a woman who's married, who really agrees and hears everything that you're saying and can see it like working in my life, how do I have those conversations with some of the women in my life? Not necessarily friends, but because I don't have those kinds of friends, but just family members, people that I want to be close with them, but I want them to see them happy, see them actually be in successful relationships and have just healthy relationships in general with men. How do I have that conversation so that I can be in fellowship with them and not feel like it's us and it's them? Does that make sense?
How do you have conversations with your girlfriends?
It's not girlfriends, like family members, like
Well,
cousins,
before
sisters.
I can say that, is it like a mother or is it
A
who are we
peer. It's
talking?
a peer, same age.
Okay. How old are we talking about?
I'm 27, so 27.
27. Well, how do you normally start conversations? How do you normally start tough conversations with her?
I think so. For me, I have conversations that start with my experience.
Uh-huh.
But I know that sometimes that turns people off because it makes it seem like,
Right.
it's a one-off, which isn't the truth. It's bigger than just me as an individual. It's clearly, as your platform has grown, it's a movement. It's something that is important. It's
Right, but
been
like if you
important.
wanted to have a tough conversation with your friend, how would you normally start that?
Just kind of asking her if she sees something that I see. So I was like, hey, so I noticed that you talked to, our male friend, let's say Chad,
Mm-hmm.
in a very demeaning kind of way. Do you notice that? Do you know
Mm-hmm.
that that's happening? Is there something that you're aware of? So more so asking if they're aware of how they're acting, and a lot of the times it's kind of automatically defensive, like, well, I was acting that way because of A, B, C, D, whatever,
Right.
and we never get to the root of, I guess,
Well, if you
what
ever
I'm trying
asked
to
them,
get her to
well, one thing
understand.
I would say is, you gotta ask people what they want. You know, that's one thing I would say. Because so if your friend did something to Tyrone, um, she's gonna if you question her about it, she's gonna be defensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I would ask. I mean, first off, you got to start with what people want. What does she want? Does she want a relationship, or do you think she cares about what you care about?
I say yes. I think that maybe on surface level she may be kind of acting like she doesn't, but I can tell envy. I can tell, you make little slick comments like, oh well, there's only like my husband. He's a one-off person. No, that's not true. There are men out there that want quality women, and you just aren't meeting that mark. So I say that yes, she does want someone in her life.
Okay, so you're married.
Yes.
She's not.
No, exactly.
So I mean, I have asked the conversation. Does she want to be married?
I haven't asked her straight out,
Hmm.
but based
Why
on,
not?
I don't know.
Well, then you can't have a conversation.
Okay.
I mean, because the thing is, you ladies want to beat around the bush. And you can't beat around the bush with this.
Yeah.
Does she want to be married? You don't know. So if she doesn't want to be married, then maybe she doesn't care how she treats people. But
Yeah.
why don't you ask her that?
I just don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Why the fuck do y'all care about it? I mean, okay, you don't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, but she hurts people's
Right.
feelings. Okay,
That's true.
why are y'all so? I mean, this is one thing. Men get so angry with y'all because you will have women that are just rude. Is that you beeping over there?
Yeah. Monitor.
Okay, why is she so? I mean, why is she your friend? Did you go to college together?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I went to college together.
Yes.
One of the big reasons I'm telling you, one of you ladies got to realize that a lot of your friends really aren't your friends.
Yeah.
I tell my lady friend this all the time. The women y'all grew up with is one thing, but most of your friends are people y'all met in college and y'all bonded because of schoolwork, but you got nothing in common.
Yeah.
Does your husband like her?
Yes. I think more of like a
Come on
wounded
now.
puppy kind of like if you
Does he
know what I mean.
like her or does he just tolerate her?
I'll say tolerate.
Okay. Is she your best friend?
No. No.
Okay. Do your other friends like her?
Yes.
Are your other female friends married?
Yes.
Is she your only single girlfriend?
Yes. The last one.
Then she needs to go.
Oh. Okay.
I'm serious. I mean, do you have children?
Yes. Two.
And you got a husband? And you
Yes.
got married girlfriends.
Yes.
Why you got a drug addict around? And y'all are all
Oh.
sober.
I don't know, Mr. Samuels.
See, you can't help somebody get what you want if they don't want what you want. If
Right.
you were a former alcoholic or addict and you are living a sober and clean life and you don't know if this person wants to live that, why are you forcing it on her? She's a grown
Right.
person. She can act that way. I mean, it's not for you to save her.
Right.
And if she's acting poorly, I would, you have to tell your friend she's behaving badly. But you don't. I mean, y'all don't want to hurt each other's feelings. I get it, but I mean that would be my suggestion. But I know many women don't like that. Like, I feel bad for her.
Yeah, and I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Do you feel like that she doesn't really know what she does?
I think initially I would say that, but I think at this point it's more so if you do something so many times, I mean, there's only so many times you can say, I don't know that I'm doing it.
All
So
right. I think you know that your friend. Uh, all right. I would bet if you guys got all the husbands together, all the husbands would probably say we don't like her
okay.
because I mean, when do y'all all live in? Do all your married friends live in the same city?
No,
Does she live in the same city with you?
no.
Where? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
about an hour away. So
well, my point is, um, she hasn't learned how to act any better. You focus your attention on your husband and your family, and you know, and if she asks you for help, but but you got to ask one thing. Hey, girl, because how long you been married?
3 years.
And you don't know if she want to be married yet.
I mean,
How long have you
I
known her?
of 7
Was
years.
she a bridesmaid?
No, no, she didn't. She ain't make the cut.
She didn't make the cut.
No,
She wasn't asked to be a bridesmaid.
no.
Okay. Was she at the wedding?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, you got to kind of,
And I did have not so much a question, but a comment because I caught your live. I think it was Instagram live a few weeks ago, which I very rarely catch, but
Mm-hmm.
about um, BMI and body weight, and
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed the way you spoke about it in terms of health and the fact that men don't want women that are overweight, because I don't think that women realize this, is that when you
Mm-hmm.
have children, it's already a risk to have a child, just in general. But when
Mm-hmm.
you're overweight and you have children, that adds to that risk. And that's something that I learned really early on, but it made the difference in the ability for me to have multiple children. So
What's
I
that?
just wanted to comment and say I really enjoyed that topic, and even you speaking about it today. Um, for others, it may seem harsh or uncomfortable of a conversation, but it's necessary in our
Right.
community.
I appreciate it. Okay. Well, have a good night.
You too. Have a good one.
You got to find out what she wants though first.
Okay.
Esquire. Okay. I'm gonna just tell you right now in the chat room. If you're being timed out by the moderators, check the way you speak. Just because you're a member of the channel does not give you license to say whatever you want to. The moderators are timing you out. There's a reason. And I'm more likely to just block you. So I'm just say that right now. Check how you're speaking. Hello? Hello, Star. How are you?
Oh, hi, Mr. Samuels.
How are you? I can barely hear you. Hello, how are you? Oh, you kind of went out. You kind of went out there. I can't hear you. See, one thing that I would say that you ladies are so afraid to hurt each other's feelings. And here's a problem that men have with women who are afraid to hurt each other's feelings. You guys are the last line of defense, okay? You guys are the last line of defense. Women, like your friend, ma'am, don't have any respect for men. So she's not under the agreement with any man. And it has long been said by men that in order for this to get fixed, women got to start checking women. But y'all are too afraid to hurt each other's feelings. But here's the funny thing. Your friends aren't afraid of hurting y'all's feelings. I tell my lady friend, I'm like, look, your girlfriends, I've had to say this to many women I've dealt with. Your girlfriends are likely around until they get a serious relationship. When they get a serious relationship, they peace out. They're gonna drop peace out. That's the truth, man. you guys gotta you guys gotta check your lady friends, because the only way they're going to get better is to hear it from you guys. Women care about the good opinions of others in the group. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look I'm gonna see what's going on in the chat room. If you got a question, put it in super chat. Because now I have the super chat up on the window. I can start seeing some of these things. Let's see. All right. Tell your friends the truth, even at the risk of losing them. It shows you would risk losing them. So Leo says, tell your friends the truth, even at the risk of losing them. It shows that you would rather lose them to help them instead of staying quiet. I agree with that 100%. That's what friends are for. Friends are to tell each other hard truths. I got friends who can tell me shit that I don't want to hear. Dale says, even a fool is thought wise if he keeps quiet. Discerning holds the tongue. It's how, when my friend tells me something, I know it's in love. I'm on here for my single friends too. Let me tell you something. My best friend in the world, he has carte blanche in my life to pull my coattails to anything. And if he tells me something, I shut the fuck up. As big as my ego is, and here's the thing, I want you men to have big egos, but I also want you to have big results and big outcomes. Okay? I don't have a problem with men who have big egos, who have big actions and big outcomes. My closest friend in the world, when he tells me something, I shut the fuck up and I listen, because I trust him like a brother, and he would not tell me something to hurt me. And even if I vehemently disagree with it, I shut up and ask, why am I disagreeing? Why am I disagreeing? And it's usually because I'm hurt. My feelings are hurt. My ego's bruised. And that's some bitch shit. My mans, they wouldn't tell me something that's gonna hurt me. So I gotta sit back and to the point to where I even come say, okay, help me out here, level set me. Where am I blind in this? Where am I overlooking in this? Because when I think I'm the most right is where I'm the most dangerous to myself, and I think that's true for all of us. We need people in our lives who can hold us accountable. Okay. SAVV. I can't see you. Your head's kind of off camera. Yeah, we need people who can do that for us.
Yeah.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were on earlier, but you popped off.
I know. Why my camera looks like that?
Okay, how old are you?
I am 32.
So what do you got for me? What are we talking about?
Well, you kind of excuse men a lot. So I was trying to, you had the comment.
I excuse men a lot?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Explain, what do you mean? How I excuse men?
Yeah, I feel like you give them a pass. Like, you had made a comment, and I actually don't remember the exact statement because I learned listening to you. So I'm not like down bad on you, but at the same time, you make certain statements to where.
Well, here's the thing. How old are you?
32.
Okay, what we can't do is you can't come in and say I do something and then not tell me what you're talking about.
Okay.
I mean, how's that okay? A cop pulls you over and he just starts writing you tickets for stuff he said you did before.
Well, I would then go into my personal life. I would tell him the reason. I wouldn't lie about the excuse. I would just actually be honest.
Okay, but you say I excuse men.
You do.
Such as no, I don't. Tell me how.
Many different circumstances, many different excuses. You
okay,
always
then if there's many, give me an example of one.
Financial reasons. So because a man holds the hierarchy of having the financial responsibility, you give him the pass. Like basically
Past meaning
saying,
what? Past meaning what?
meaning being arrogant, being shallow. You're saying because I
Well,
do this
first off,
for
lower
you,
your voice.
right? Because I'm a mad black woman.
No,
Okay.
because you're gonna respect my shit.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's okay. I understand. Really. I do.
Unless you want to be out in front of millions of people acting this way, then go the fuck ahead.
Those that know me know I'm passionate about what I'm talking about.
You could
I'm
be
talking
loud
to
and
a room
wrong too.
about what exactly? I'm
Coming
saying,
onto a
okay,
platform over talking and talking loud for no reason.
okay, all right.
I'm trying to help you, but if you want to get out here and just talk loud, go ahead. Knock yourself out. Make World Star Hip Hop in the cover of the news. Go ahead.
I don't want to do that. That's not I'm not trying to become famous. I'm not trying to do that. I'm really just trying to have a conversation with you without having to pay your cost because I don't pay men at all. But at the end of the
Who was
day,
to
I
say I
do
would
have
accept your
something to
money
say.
anyway?
It's low. It's not probably on your level. So, okay, don't
See
accept
the
it.
point of the matter, you come in here all with, you want to come on here to talk to me without paying the cost. What does that say? What does that say? Because you don't pay men. What is your problem?
Scorn. Probably scorn. I don't,
Scorn?
probably.
Well, then why don't you go sit down in a therapist's office and work that shit out instead of talking about I give men a
Mhm.
pass.
No, but
Maybe you need therapy.
no, I don't need therapy.
Is okay. Is this how good faith, healthy minded women approach the dating market?
It's an honest way to approach
That's not
it.
what I
It's
asked.
not,
Honest, you can be hooked on heroin and be honest. I asked, is this how
I never.
good faith, healthy minded women? Because you have not said one specific thing other than scorn. I'm
No,
asking you
I
what
said
the issue is.
finances. I said finances. Okay, well, I'm not.
Finances. You say I gave him a pass, meaning what?
Yeah. Meaning because a man hold head of household or head of finance, I don't know what a man will be called, like, what they
Okay, a
want
man
to be
makes more money.
called.
I give him a pass, meaning he can do what?
But that's not every single household. You have
I
women
didn't
that
say,
make
okay, ma'am, this is your, okay, ma'am, chill out. This is your
yeah,
example. You said because a man makes money, I give him a pass. A pass to do what?
a pass to hold like superiority, like a pass to have to set the boundaries and the rules. A man to have to like control and be narcissist, to be honest.
Ma'am, you're 32, and I'm not trying to be rude, but you said because a man makes money, he has the power to set boundaries.
Well, that's what he thinks in his
No, no, no,
mind. To
no.
me,
Because that he can control and be narcissist. I'm not trying to be rude, ma'am, but I don't know what you're talking about.
okay.
I'm
I
not being
just generalize it and I overlize it. I
overly.
overanalyze.
Okay, are you drinking?
Yeah, I am a hot toddy.
Okay, I'm trying to have a conversation, and I'm still not understanding what you say the problem is. You're saying because men make money, then he gets the pass to do what? Be a narcissist. What is a narcissist?
No, I'm not saying that's why I'm talking to a man. I'm supposed to be talking to a masculine man, a masculine, high value, high power educator, influencer, a coach. That's who I'm talking to about what I think in my experience as a man who holds that much power over a household. And I believe a man should be head of household because of hierarchy. But at the end of the day, you give them a pass to be narcissists.
What
And a
is a narcissist? What is a
narcissism is,
narcissist? Define no
is
no
a
no
man
define
who
a
wants to
define a
dominate
no no no
and
no no
control.
don't define a narcissist.
One, it's masculine. One who wants to dominate and control. And
Ma'am,
selfish.
no, ma'am, no, ma'am. That's
Selfish.
not. No, 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 no,
Selfish.
no, 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 no. See, words mean things. 32-year-old. So the proper the definition of a narcissist is not. You said a narcissist is masculine. That's what
Yeah.
you said. No, no, no. A person who has excessive interest or admiration for themselves. That's the definition of a narcissist. That's not the way you use that word. You said the narcissist is masculine and who has control. So you want to
Still
argue?
selfish.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Arrogance.
Ma'am. You
Self.
said so. You associate. That's what I want you guys to understand. Being a man is arrogant. And she called it a narcissist. That's Joe. Did I mischaracterize what you said, ma'am?
Yeah, you are. You underestimating what I'm saying. You're underestimating my mind because you're really not listening.
Ma'am, I don't know
You
your
hear what I'm
mind.
saying,
No,
but you're
ma'am, I
not
don't know. No, ma'am, no, ma'am. I don't. No,
internalizing
ma'am,
what
no,
I'm
ma'am,
saying.
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't know your mind. All any human being can go on is your words. If you are not communicating or comporting yourself, okay, it's not my fault. I can't underestimate your mind. I can only listen to the words that come out of your mouth. And your words that are coming out of your mouth aren't making much sense.
All right. Well, we're in America, and more than one word means the same thing, right? Or you can have one word that means multiple things. So I'm telling
Narcissist
you,
has a
whether you
meaning. Narcissist
listen,
has a
whether you
meaning.
this isn't my show, so I'm not going to try to overtalk you.
Well,
But
you
I'm just
can't,
saying,
but narcissist has a
narcissist can be
meaning.
arrogant,
Narcissist has a
self-centered.
meaning. It's not arrogant. A narcissist has a meaning. How about this, man?
Shit could be shallow, controlling.
See, this is a problem with a lot of black folk. We think we can make shit be what bad mean bad or bad mean good. We can just change the words and everything, and because people don't get our particular way our mind works, it's their problem. No, it's not my problem. It's not my problem that you don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
No, my statement remains the same, regardless if you
Mm,
prove my point wrong or right.
yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Just talking. Oh, you're just talking, man. I don't. This is not. You drinking? It seems like you may be a little buzzed, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and make it, cause got other things to do. Again, you give men pass. You let men do. You let men say. You got to get on camera if you want to get on. If you're gonna be seen. Do, oh, okay. Well, you got to get out of my. If you're gonna get in the stream, get in the stream. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Mm mm mm. Mm mm mm. Let's see. Understand. Do 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 do.
What's up, Kevin?
Hello.
Hi,
Hello. Your first name? How old are you? First off, how old are
how are
you?
you? Boss,
What do you got?
32.
What do you got?
I just want to know, on your platform, I just want to know, do you encourage men to come after women who are sovereign in their femininity?
What does that mean?
Basically, there are women out here who necessarily don't define themselves as basically choosing men for validation. Like, what do you have to say with a woman who validates her own self
Enjoy.
nowadays.
Enjoy.
Okay, good. So you guys hear him.
Excuse
All
me?
right, well, you have a good evening and enjoy your show.
Hmm.
I said have a good evening and
Oh, okay.
enjoy your show.
Thank you. See, I think one of the big misconceptions is if you want to do what you want to, that's fine. It's like when I sat down with Brittany. Knock yourself out, ma'am. You can't come back over here just drinking and talking. Okay? If you're gonna have a conversation, you're more than welcome to have a conversation. But you're not making any sense.
That's why I wanted to come back and clarify, like, what I'm talking about.
You said that I do something, that I give men a pass. Let me
Yes.
ask you something. Where are women held accountable for their actions in the media?
I don't understand the frame of the question.
Where are women held accountable for do women do bad things?
Yes, they do.
Where are women held accountable in the media or in the court system to the same degree as men for doing similar things?
Maybe more so in the media than in the court system. I don't know. That's a tricky question.
Really? Women can
Yeah.
say men are trash and not be canceled. Men say women are trash and you call it cancel or call it misogyny.
I don't hear women ever saying
No, no,
that.
no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Is that's a straight? Is that accurate?
Yeah, in my perspective, yes. I have never
Okay,
heard women.
so women can say whatever
Mhm.
they like about men, and they're not held accountable. People don't try to cancel them, but men say what they think. We want to cancel men. So that's in the media.
I don't hear that. What I hear in the media is different. To
I'm
me.
gonna say something to the audience. Modern women are the most free of any group of women that have ever existed on the planet, yet they speak as though they are the most oppressed. But when
I
asked to validate where's the source of this oppression or why this is, you rarely can get a coherent answer. Why do you feel things are so bad for women? I'm asking you that.
I don't think things are bad for women. I think men take advantage. I think men take an over advantage. That's what I think.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Men take advantage in regards to what?
Value.
Value, ma'am. Okay, see, value. I don't know what you think that means. A one
Not
word answer,
currency.
ma'am.
Not currency.
Well, but the thing is, you're speaking to an audience. You need to explain what you mean. When you say
I'm not
value,
speaking to an audience. I'm speaking to you.
I don't
I'm
know you. You need to explain
I
what you
don't know
mean.
you either. I don't know. I'm to your
All right.
content.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. They take advantage of value. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so what's the question to break it down for you? Because if a
You
man is
got to
high
break it
value,
down
that
because I
does
don't
not
fucking know
mean
you or what's going on in
polygamy.
your head.
That does not mean polygamy is acceptable. If a man have money, that doesn't mean he can demand these. Yeah, he can have his
Are you
likes and his
married? Are you
dislikes,
married? Are you
but
married? Are you
no,
married? Are you in a
no,
relationship?
no.
Do you want to be married?
Yes, I
Do you want to be
do.
in a relationship?
Questionable.
Then how do you plan on getting
I don't
married?
know if
Then how do
successful
you plan?
relationship.
Then how do you plan on getting married if you don't plan on want to be in a relationship? You want to
I
be
don't
married, but how do you plan on getting there?
about a relationship, of
Okay,
course.
so right. Have you ever had a good relationship?
Yes,
Who ended it?
me.
Why?
Um, because of my ways. I had bad ways. I started dating young.
So, and you're talking about men, but you who want to be married, who don't want to be in a relationship. I ask you if you've ever been in a good relationship. You say yes. I ask you who
Yeah.
ended it. You said it was you because of you. Like I said, women like you need therapy. You can
Okay.
always talk about what men do, but the first thing you need to do is start focusing on what's in the mirror. That's all of us, man. I'm trying to be honest with you. I think that you think what comes in your mind comes out of your mouth that we understand. I don't.
I don't trust men anyway. Y'all want,
Well,
because you're saying you're high value, high power. You can do what you want. You can recommend this. You could do this. You could be doing this and have this.
recommend
But
this,
I'm
but
trying to
this or
do,
this. I don't. First of all, I ain't your man, so I don't know
yeah,
why you keep
you're
talking about.
not.
Oh,
But you're
hold
speaking for
on.
you're speaking
Oh,
for
whoa, whoa,
thousands.
shut the hold on. Oh,
You're
you don't overtalk me. Don't that shit don't work. You keep
you're
talking about I'm
speaking.
high value and this and this. First of all, high value ain't your problem.
It's
Just
not.
being able to deal with a man, because you said you had a good relationship and you wrecked that. What that got to do with a man?
The way you speak
What
for
did
them, you
you? No. Don't talk about me. You left your good relationship with a man because of your ways. Don't tell me about what men do or high value. Talk about that.
Mhm.
What? I didn't hear you. That's what I thought, people. That's what I tell you. Accountability is like kryptonite. All they want to do is talk about shit that they got nothing to do with them.
No, you
Dude,
speak for your
yeah,
ways.
don't worry about who I speak for. You got your own problems. You got your own goddamn problems. And see, that's the point. Women like her would rather sit around and focus on the problem with every other man and with the problem outside their nose. And you can't even keep a man because of your ways. Yeah, you talking to yourself. Yeah, you've been off for a minute. So, modern women, y'all. It's always the man's problem. The men do this and they have value and they do this and they do that and they suppress us women and But when you had a relationship with a good man, what you? Well, I left him. Why? Because of my ways. But then a high value man could oppress and polygamy value. And this is what you are asking men to pick from. 32-year
I
old.
guess polygamy, not
Shut up.
polygamy.
Shut up. 32-year-old drunks. And I try my best, but you don't just get to come in here and pick at me. I want you ladies to understand why I think I'm so rude. You can have women who can come on here and just talk shit. Say this about men and that about men and this and that and the men are just that. Da, da, da. What specifically are you talking about? I just don't like men. I just don't trust men. Well, buy a dog and die alone. Buy a motherfucking dog. Die alone. I guarantee you, my guys won't miss you. I guarantee you, most men won't miss you. They don't want to be dealing with women who think that men are a problem. Good faith. So all men are asking women to come into relationships in good faith. And if you want to come into a relationship in good faith and try to do it, but fine. But if you inherently are coming in with preconceived notions about men based upon the men you've chosen to deal with, then it's not our fault. Then when you ask, what about the men that you had good relationships with? Those didn't work either. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. Well, it's not really amazing. It's par for the course, honestly. Par for the freaking course. Par for the freaking course. But yet, when men are expected to justify and validate and everything else we do, we're supposed to just, all right, so boom. Go ahead, ma'am. You're laying in the bed. That's not going to work. All right. Kick you out of here. Carly, you're not on screen. Oh, you're back again. Okay. Do. Hello.
Okay, so I have. Hi, hello.
Okay, hold on. What's your what's your question?
My question is, if women are expected to wait until marriage, should men also be expected to wait until marriage?
Where did I say that?
I'm just asking, do you believe that?
Uh, I've never said that. So my question to you is, why don't you tell me what it is you really want from me instead of trying to move me down these paths? I know who you are. I know what you say about me. So just get to it.
Oh, so you know who I am. Wow, okay.
I've heard you. I follow content. Just get to the point. Because you're
Oh
not
no,
going to
I
make
just
me be something I'm not. Ask the question if you want to have a conversation. But the problem I have with a lot of you ladies, you're disingenuous like this. Just say what it is.
no, I just wanted to know because a lot of men on my channel, like it seems to me that you, Kevin Samuels, are always talking about how women need to be virtuous or we should sleep with men within a certain time period. And doesn't that make
When was the
them
last
whores
time?
just as
How
much as
much of my
any other
content do
person?
you actually watch?
Not as much as people would
Thank you. Then
like
you
to
can't
think.
tell me what I say, ma'am, because I don't say anything like that. You're wrong.
So what do you
But yeah,
think
no,
about
no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. No different than you want people to represent what you say accurately. You have frequently mischaracterized and misstated what I've said, and you've just shown today that you don't even watch my content. So you're not even a
No, why
fair.
would I want
No,
to watch
ma'am,
your
you're not even a
content?
fair.
You have
No,
nothing
ma'am, you're
but
not even a
positive
fair.
to
No,
say.
ma'am, you're not even a fair critic. You're not even. No, can't overtalk me. You're not even a fair critic. So, like I said, you're not gonna come in here playing those games with me. You keep going and making hit pieces and say I'd say shit that I don't say. That don't work. See, like I said, most people come in and say, Kevin, you do this, Kevin, you do that. And they don't watch a damn thing I say. Because I'm going to tell you what I am. I am an avatar for a lot of women. I am an avatar. I'm an avatar for a lot of people, for them to heap their issues with men upon. Ask them how much of my content they really watch. Go in their comment sections, listen to what people say in videos they make about me, and it will become evident in less than 5 minutes that these people have not watched anything that I talk about. At best, they're regurgitating something they've heard second or third hand, or possibly a piece of a clip that was forwarded. And the funny thing is, I will see people making videos 20, 30, 50 an hour, hours long, because it ain't about me, just like it ain't about you. And that's what men are tired of. Men are tired of being avatars for you to heap your discontent upon. Go deal with the problems you have. Go get on a therapist couch and work out your daddy issues, or likely your mommy issues, or your baby daddy issues, or whatever. But don't take this shit out into the marketplace, putting it upon Brad, Lee, Ahmed, Keith, and Enrique. They don't have nothing to do with it. So you come along and say, well, you're a high value man. You're not going to suppress me and keep my sovereignty down. And men ain't worried about that. Men are like, God, most of them didn't even like y'all, like you liked it, because you may not even fit their height, weight, dress size, or child requirements. See, you talk to the average woman today, and they talk like they qualify for the kind of men that they want. It's like, do you even know what the kind of men you want from a woman? Then they start talking about the men that they don't want and the men that they've chosen. But it's rare to hear women speak about men in a way that's hopeful. It's always this. I asked a group of women, in this country, since you were a little girl, what have you been taught about boys or men? That they wanted to do something to you, or that they wanted something from you? You better beware of them, or they're dangerous, so they can't be trusted. This is what your mama told you. This is what your nanny and them told your ass. And you wonder why things are so bad. This is where you got that from.
Execute Order 66.
You better watch out. You better watch out. He wants something from you. He gonna do this to you. He gonna do that to you. Right. Hello? Unmute yourself. How old are you? You don't unmute yourself.
Can you not put me on the camera? Or, I mean,
how old are you?
I'm 31.
What do you have for me?
Just want to know.
First off, you have me on TV in the background. That's not going to work. All right. So this is why I say I'll openly talk to any of my critics or detractors, but it's going to have to be a conversation based upon what I say or what I actually say. I may do a Sunday show, a show before I leave on Sunday. I haven't decided. But I think this is interesting that the level of contempt many women have for men today, and yet you ask them, do you want a relationship? And the answer is yes. Okay, then how is that supposed to happen? They don't know. They don't know, but I think it's sad. All right, that's the lead in. So I'm trying different things with the show. Obviously, guys, we're doing different things with the cuts and the edits and things like that to keep things spicy, moving along. Like I said, I am good with critics and detractors calling in. I will take anybody who wants to talk to me, but I only ask a few things. One, you can't overtalk me. Number one. Number two, got to keep it on the topic. You got to keep it about what I actually talk about. You can't ask me to speak for something that you think I say if that's not actually what it is. All right, people. You know what? Let me take some calls from the guys. I'm gonna take some calls from the guys. But in order to be a man and call in, you got to be on camera. And I have to see you. I'll take a couple of calls. I'll take 3 calls. I'll take 1, 2, 3, 3 to 5 calls from guys. You got less than 2 minutes. You got less than 2 minutes. Because I got plans in a little bit. The guys love talking to you. Yeah. It's not overtime. Somebody you called out. Oh, okay. Esquire, somebody, the leech attorney, Yeah, people, this space is getting kind of crazy. So shout out to overtime. What's going on, Jared? God, Latinas, men are protectors of women. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. Guys, do me a favor. Booty call plans. Gentlemen never kiss and tell. So I say my private life stays my private life. Never will I do. I'm not going to divulge that kind of stuff. But here's the thing, guys. I'm going to make the requirements for when men come on. Y'all going to have to make men look good. So you need to be sitting down in front of the camera, good light source, good audio. Like it or not, I'm not going to have men on camera who are not representing men well. Just not going to do that. So that's all I ask. Do 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 do. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Mr. Samuels?
Hey, what do you got for
So
me?
my name is Isaiah, and I am a software engineer around
Okay.
the DC area.
Okay.
And I'm kind of on the way to what you would consider a high value man,
All right.
in terms of salary. But I know that you say that you need a network as well, and so I was wondering, do you think it would be valuable to join like a grad chapter of a fraternity, just to
How
kind
old are
of
you?
get that?
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Yeah. 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 I think it would be valuable for personal and for professional reasons. You want to join as much stuff as possible. I mean, honestly, at 24 years old, you need to go home to shower, shave, shit, and sleep. Outside of that, you really should not be at home. You should be out.
Okay.
I'm a Kappa. And one of the things that I know is everywhere I go around this country, I have somewhere that I can network with.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get started, start asking people who are connected in that area. Also, where you decide to live, get involved in the political structure. You want to find out who your mayor is, your congressperson. Find out the hottest gym in the area, the biggest church. Yeah, man, I am big on networking because life is. Let me tell you something, man. People think it's about working hard. It's about who you know. It's about who you know. It's about people.
Mm-hmm.
People. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
All right. Goodbye.
Hey,
Yeah,
bye-bye.
I love to hear young guys getting out there. All right. D. Will. Hello.
There
Hey,
we
how
go.
are you?
I'm well. How are you, Mr. Samuels?
I'm good. What do you got for me?
Real quick. Went on a date last week with a young lady. I'm 30. I'm turning 35. She's 32.
Okay.
She's been in her career for about 10 years, and she is, 2 cats. And she says that she's gonna go get in vitro fertilization, sperm donor, and she's gonna raise her child that way. And I said that was very selfish, and we ended it there.
Okay. How old was she?
She's 32.
She's already given up. Okay, well,
I mean, she's a little bit overweight, but she's pretty. But I don't think that she understands like the trajectory of, hey man, you're gonna have to be doing this alone, and it's a big disservice to this child. It's selfish.
Well, did she go to college?
Did she go to college?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just because she
She
goes
works
to
for
get
a big
it,
company.
just because she goes to do that doesn't. Well, and here's the thing. You dodged a bullet. I mean, turn on to our content, but it is a selfish thing to do.
I gave it to her.
But
her
most
your
women
channel.
don't want.
She won't go, bruh.
Most women don't want to do the work. That's the thing.
tried.
Most women don't want to do the work. So you just gotta. That's when you just gotta kind of write off, man. Yeah, just kind of gotta write her off, and you dodged a bullet. Have a good one, my friend.
You too.
Yeah. See, ladies, I'm gonna tell you, I know lots of women who are deciding to do this in vitro fertilization stuff. Dude, I keep bouncing you for a reason. Now if I'm gonna kick you one more time, if you come back in, because I can't see you on camera, I'm not gonna say your name. But if you come back again, I'm gonna ban you. Get on camera if you want me to. If you want to be here. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's your question? What do you got for me?
So my question is kind of similar to the other gentleman, 2 gentlemen ago, where like now I'm 27. I've been making a salary. My salary is really high right now, but much like you, in my field, I'm up over 200K right now. But I'm a healthcare recruiter. It's kind of similar to sales, but it's different. I work with travel nurses, but it's not something that, that when you say qualify for high value, like the LinkedIn profile, and as far as building a network. So how do you transition from like the sales and like my field into having that high value man status.
Well, I don't understand. I don't understand the question. You
Um,
make a good salary, but what's the outcome you want?
just to build that network and, like you said, be important to
Okay.
the group. And
Well, what's how old are you?
27.
Do you go to the gym?
Yep. I just got back in the gym about a couple months ago.
Okay. Have you joined your local chamber?
I haven't. I was in a Toastmasters club, but the
It's
schedule
that
started conflicting, so I haven't been going lately.
okay. Well, are you the country club, gym, church, charity, fraternity, meetups? You have to find. These are all places to get started, and then and when you get to these places, you gotta introduce yourself and start meeting people. See, just like being in sales, if you're going to make 2 sales a week, that means at least 100 phone calls. You got to make 100 phone calls to get 10 appointments. You got to go on 10 appointments to get 2 sales.
Right.
All
Definitely
right.
understand that part.
So it's about prospecting. You got to go to these places and prospect. Fill your funnel of potential leads, and then what are you going to do? You start connecting with people. Some fall out of your funnel. Some work their way down through. Some become associates. Some people become friends. Wash, rinse, and repeat. See, we don't think about making friends and networking like we think about business, and it is because it's your network that gives you business. BNI. BNI is a networking group that I used to be a part of. When I was a salesperson, I could get out and knock on all 50 doors a day to do the activity. Or I did what I did, 50 doors a day, plus I started doing the BNI and all these other places. BNI was a network where they only allow one person from each vertical. And long and short of it, 60% of my new sales came from my networking leads. So that means I only had to do 40% of my sales activity from my cold calling. Your network feeds you. But this is why you have to put extraordinary work into it. Building a network is not convenient. If it was, everybody would do it. Got it?
Sir? Yes, sir.
All right, take it easy.
You too.
All right. So building a network is not easy, guys. Building a network isn't easy. And what BNI is, think about like Dallas. They had BNI, and let's say they had one spot for an attorney. So like family law, and then personal injury. Then they had accounting. If you got the accounting chair, that's it. Then they had advertising. Then they had general practice. Then they had dentists. Then they had insurance. So there's like 50 people in the meeting. And every meeting, your job is to bring 2 to 3 leads, a certain amount of leads to the group. You have to come in and bring leads to people at the table. And people at the table have to bring leads to their table. If you don't, you'll lose your chair. You have to produce. You got a lead total. And the thing is, imagine if you are in a chapter of 50 people and you got 50 people and you're getting 20 leads from this group every week. And now they didn't have like low impact verticals like art or tiddlywinks. They had to have stuff that was going to be valuable. And they tracked everything. They tracked sales, they tracked conversions, they tracked revenue. And the biggest groups were the most popular chapters. The coveted seats, let's say if you were a family law attorney in downtown Dallas, you had to work to keep that, because if you slipped up, missed a couple of meetings, didn't deliver, there are hundreds of people waiting for your spot because it's guaranteed money. Guaranteed money. So building a network, guys, is not never been convenient. That's why it costs so much. It costs so much because it has never been convenient. So, there you go. It bounced out right there. What is going on? I don't know what's going on with StreamYards, but all right, folks, that's it. It's 1 o'clock. Thank you guys. Hey, Miss Brown, welcome. Why did okay? Henry's reach out to local high school economics teacher, donate teaching financial literacy. Let me speak on that. Guys, understand something. Also, a good place to start developing your ability to network is going to Toastmasters. Going to, like you said, to a high school and donating what you do is a particular vertical. One of the biggest steps from leaving corporate America to starting your own business is to be plugged to actually have a network of people. You know, most folks want to take what they're doing for somebody else and do it for themselves, but you have to have a book of business. Start building a book of contacts. So that's what it gets right down to. He's in telemarketing. Look, telemarketing is how I started out all this. So, yeah. But anyway, remember, this is the end of the year. Brian, congratulations. Can't wait to style that dude up. And the next time, I'm going to tell you, ooh, I cannot wait to do this shit. It's going to be so dope. It's going to be so dope. To have my camera person there, and I'm like, all right, let's go out here, man. We're going to be doing like the Saturday Night Live, walking down the street. Be like, all right, hey, how you doing? My name is Kevin. This is Brian. You know, I'm a superhero on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm his sidekick. How y'all doing? All right, okay. All right. Table for 4? Great. Where you ladies coming from? All right, good. So, all right. Chop boy. Y'all ain't ready. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. Because that is where life happens. All this theory, all this frame and this and that and da, out there is where you have to do it in real time. In real time. And I know it's scary. I know it's scary. I know it's hard. That's why you got your Godfather. Your Godfather got you. I'm going to be your wingman. Ladies, I got to figure out how I'm going to do with the ladies. I can do the style up for the ladies, but in the public, I got to figure out how we're going to do it because there has to be a buffer. There got to be a Mike Pence rule up in this mug. I'm not, no, none of that shit. None of that scandal shit. Not doing that. We're going to change the game. We're going to change the game. If you want to help, I'm open to ideas. Your Godfather's going to be traveling around, God willing. Hopefully this variant doesn't get too bad. You know, I did a lot of traveling last year, want to do even more this year. Now that I got my mobile studio, got the mobile set up, you guys like this? So I can just drop this almost anywhere. Boop, 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 boop. And you guys wait till you see the in the field stuff. Shout out to the It's Complicated channel. I love his work. I'm going to be doing stuff in the field too. Hey, in the field is where it's real. Look, in all honesty, we all start somewhere. That's why I keep my videos up from 2015 so you can go and see where we all come from. Don't be ashamed where you come from. Be proud of where you come from. Be proud of how far you've gotten and how much you have left to do. Young men, you have something of value to offer this world. You may not see it yet, but keep grinding, keep hustling, keep working, keep networking. Stay on the path. You matter. You got to matter to yourself first. And ladies, look, these men are working on becoming great. But there's a part for you too. Feminine, beautiful, inspirational. A woman's ability to inspire a man, and to, if you're willing to do what women do exceptionally well, tailor your life around the needs of the man you need, feed his ego, do what you are best at doing. We're better that way. We're just better that way. You know, and I know there are people like, well, look, for the 15 to 20% of people who just live in some different stuff, cool. Hey, I'm all for it. Enjoy. So I say, like I was telling, you know, when I had Brittany Renner on, shit, do your thing, boo. But just like that's right for her and women who think like her and guys who think like that, this is equally right too. And we don't have to be ashamed of saying we want something a certain way. Ladies, understand that young men today are down on marriage and relationships. And if you want that to change, it's going to be you guys that have to change it. Young ladies, women, you have to remarket yourselves to men and sell men on the value of marriage for the average guy. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't men who change their mind. Women change men's mind. If it wasn't you, I get it. Maybe it was your mama, maybe it was your big mama, maybe it was
I got
Shirley.
beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams.
But it is what it is. We have to deal with what it is, and then what it is, what you want it to be, it's going to be required for you to do something. Men want very few things from women. Sex, sandwich, silence, of course. But men want effort. Good faith effort. They don't want perfection. They just want you to show up and put a goddamn effort in. Men will work with that. But like I was saying, the Godfather's in Miami. I'm here for a couple more days. I want to give you guys a show. Tomorrow I got some more stuff to do. Got to get some more B-roll. What time is it? Oh, yeah. Got to get on this yacht. Oh, y'all ain't ready for that shit. Oh, y'all ain't ready, though. Y'all ain't ready, though. Networking people mess with Russians. They throw a lot of money, most money, but there you go. All right, y'all, I got to get up out of here. Your Godfather is, you know how we do it. Peace. We are gone. I'm a PhD. Pimpin' Hoe degree. Pimpin' Hoe degree is so bad. Shout out to the CIA, the Comprehensive Certificate. One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies. Thanks to the Academy, everybody in the family, in the chat room. This is the Academy, the CIA, the FBI. And join the family on Patreon. If you want to be a part of this family, go ahead and hit up over there. Join at your level. Content, Patreon content will be uploaded to you. Remember, the parameters that I announced are already in effect. Gotta do some get backs. And we just getting started. We are just getting started. I'm excited for 2022. Ladies,